Let's get some coffee before we get to work. That queue was too long and it wasn't moving at all. So we're going to the shittier one outside. This is my first coffee in an entire week. I took a tea break because I've been coughing for a while now. I've gotten better ever since I stopped drinking coffee. And I actually became suspicious like about that time, like a week ago. Because every time I felt like I was getting better, it always came back after I drank coffee. And then I Googled it and it said, yeah, if you drink coffee, it does tend to make you cough more. Never knew that. That was a new one for me. So yeah, had to stop drinking coffee for a whole week. Actually not too bad after the first couple days, you know? It's not too bad. But now I'm back at it. We're all alone. Edward's not here yet. I think 5 minutes until he gets here. So in that time, I just want to update you on the BTC long that I closed. I'm going to put the video somewhere here. And I do have to admit, I deviated from my plan. And that's the beauty about making these vlogs in real time, is because you guys can see actually what my plan was in the vlog before. I'm going to link it somewhere up here. My plan was to actually exit around the $100,000 mark, especially for my leverage long, right? Not so much for my spot portfolio. The reason for that is because these leverage positions, they accrue fees every single day, right? So the longer I hold the position, the more I pay. The long that I took on February, I paid like about $2,000 around there in fees for a $20,000 profit around there. So that's quite a lot, right? 10% is a lot to pay. And I held that for like, I'm pretty sure about a month. Whereas this position I was holding for about 2 weeks-ish, and I already paid $600 in fees, if you guys saw in the screenshot just now. So yeah, we have to think about the fees, right? Because the longer we hold, the more we pay. That's why I had this whole idea of exiting around the 100K mark, which I got to actually. So I could have exited there for a clean profit of like $18,400 I saw. But then I was deliberating, I was thinking, and then I decided, you know what? And I'm not saying that this is correct, okay? I did deviate from the plan, so that was a mistake. I ended up exiting at like, what, 94 for $14,000 in profit. So that's a difference of about $4,000, which is kind of a lot, right? But anyways, I was thinking, what if there was a chance that because everybody thought 100,000 was gonna be a brick wall and we were gonna correct there, and basically like almost everybody I saw was thinking that. So I was trying to be a contrarian, essentially. What if there was a chance that we didn't get that large of a dip and instead just push through and blast through above 100,000 to catch everybody by surprise? So that was my main point. Obviously, the entire macro backing to my Bitcoin positions are very good, right? Since Trump won, it's been a very good condition for Bitcoin to perform. So that's the macro backdrop. But truth be told, the main reason was that contrarian thinking. After I saw what Bitcoin did, which is essentially reject very hard on the daily chart with a very impulsive candle all the way down to like 94,000, 93,000, that's a terrible signal, right? That doesn't show what I need to see in order for my contrarian thesis to play out. So then I closed the position. I just have to admit I'm wrong sometimes, you know? That's the job. Gotta let the ego fade away and just do what's right. And I already made one mistake in deviating from my plan. I wasn't gonna compound that. And that's the final thing I want to say about this topic here, is that, guys, oftentimes the initial mistake you make in trading or even investing is not the deal breaker. More often, it's the second mistake you make after that original mistake, right? So you compound the mistake by being tilted, you're not thinking straight, you're emotional, and you do some fucked up shit that makes it even worse than what the original mistake was. So that's really the key takeaway from here. Making mistakes will be a part of life. Ideally, you reduce the frequency of the mistakes that you make. You don't make as many mistakes as you improve. But if you're aiming for perfection, I don't think that's realistic at all. And therefore, I don't think it's healthy either, because you're never gonna reach it. And you're gonna be beating yourself up way too much when you do fuck up from time to time. And that's not good, guys. If you're beating yourself up way too much for every mistake you make, you're just gonna be holding yourself back. Honestly, that's what will happen. It's not a good thing to be beating yourself up too much, right? There's a line. And so yeah, In this one, I reflected. That's what I do. That's my process after I make a mistake. I will journal it. I will make sure I write down exactly the reasons I made the mistake, right? Why I deviated from the original plan. So I write it down on paper and then I review it even days after, even today, this morning, before I left to the office. I just gave it another look and I still understand the thought process. So that's kind of like a nice silver lining to it where it did end up as a mistake, but I understand the reasoning why I deviated from the plan. And the important thing is I was able to damage control very quickly. So once I saw a clear sign that, hey, my contrarian thesis is very likely not to play out anymore, I was able to instantly just, boom, admit I was wrong and get out with the profits I still had, which is still pretty good. So yeah, that was important. That's the good part. And yeah, that's it. That's it for my Bitcoin position. I'll see you all very soon. I don't know what I'm going to be doing after this. Waiting for Edward to come here. I'm supposed to record a Market Insight episode, but we'll see. I'm going to text him. I'll see where he is. Give a rating for Arcane out of 10.
100.
Yes.
So then when you're talking,
Coba deh, let's just play it. Bro, I started my day by crying again.
why?
Listening to Isha's song every single day, bro. So most of our opportunities for the rest of the week will be in the yen shorts, okay? The only pair I want you guys to trade other than the yens is pound dollar. Literally, that's the best opportunity aside from the yen. If price can make a deliberate structure, right? That's not an accident from the market. So that's where your priority should be instead of thinking like, oh, the structure is too small. The fact that we can make structure in the first place is the priority, right? And I'm not saying that the size is completely irrelevant. All I'm saying is that you guys over-prioritize the wrong thing, which is the size. You shouldn't be paying that much attention to the size as much as you do to the intentional development of the structure that we actually got, right? So if we do have a proper structure that we identify, then that's the trade we want to be taking. You ready to go on the side quest, Edward?
Yes, sir. Send it.
We are buying every single arcane piece from Uniqlo. Oh shit, there's only 4. Eh. Bro, it's like trying to find treasure. Why is it so hard to find? The fuck?
6.5 hours later.
Oh! Shit. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's an L. It's fucking sick, bro. Oh, this is Gojira. That's not stupid Harry Potter shit, you know? Fuck Harry Potter, man. Awesome. Now I gotta actually try this on, bro. It's my life now, bro. Bro, I'm just gonna buy both L and X.
Rempah-rempahnya kak?
Enggak deh, nggak usah.
Oke, baik.
There are many concerns. Nomor 1 is this a fad? That's the number 1 thing.
Is this a what?
A fad. You know what a fad is? Passing trend gitu.
Oh, is
You
that
know?
a passing trend?
Like it's hot for like, I don't know, a year,
Yeah.
and everybody gets sick of it.
Is it a profitable business? I think so. It all plays down to location. Kemang is a great location. Why? Because it's its own city basically, but within itself.
Back in the office now, and I'm just gonna show you guys what my student was asking when we were eating pepper lunch just now. And it's so interesting that I got this question today because literally we were just talking about not following our original plan, right, for a trade. Essentially breaking your rules, which is bad. And so this guy did the same thing I did. His difference is that it came from fear instead of rationale, right? He had no real reason to do what he did. He only did it out of excess emotional turbulence. He lost a trade minus 1%, and then he took another trade where after it reached a 1% profit, he just decided to close it, even though his target was like 5%, and it eventually did reach there, or like somewhere closer, like 2.7 or 3%, I think he said. But essentially, he missed out on profits he should have gotten if he followed his rules. The way that we solve this, like I was saying in the chat, is managing your expectations. I'm gonna put this very simply, guys. It's one thing, and that is you expect trading to be easier than it actually is. In effect, you think that if you lose a trade, your next trade should instantly recover that loss. It's a subconscious belief that a lot of us have when we're beginning to trade. But that's super wrong. So you need to face that false expectation head on and realize how wrong it is. Trading is a more long-term probabilities game. Just because you lost a trade doesn't mean you deserve to win the next one, if that makes any sense. Subconsciously, we all think that. I truly believe that, especially when we're just starting. Stop thinking that, stop believing that. It's very damaging to your ability to actually follow a strategy effectively. That's the simplest way I can put it. Now, it's time for me to go.
Still got your lips on paper in the trash now. I never knew love could be so sweet. I never knew it would sting. I never knew that love is what